Hey everyone, welcome back to The Hidden Brick, where today we're doing part 1 of the build of the LEGO Ninjago movie Destiny's Bounty. This is set number 70618, 2,295 pieces. This is a very large set. This is the second largest LEGO Ninjago movie set so far. The Ninjago City is the bigger set. It's, I think, over 4,000 pieces. But either way, this is a enormous set. It's the largest Destiny's Bounty ship that has come out. I think it's the 4th one. We have Destiny's Bounty, Final Flight of Destiny's Bounty. You have Destiny's Shadow. I kind of count that one. And then this is the 4th one. So, a lot of minifigures. You'll see on the back of the box, it shows some of the play features down here, and then some of the, just kind of a different shot of the actual finished model. So we're gonna break the seals, dump everything out, and jump right into this build. It's gonna get pretty big, but at the beginning it's not gonna be that big, so I'll be adjusting the camera as we go. Alrighty, so this is interesting. There's actually a cardboard piece inside of the box. Alright, so that's everything from half of it, and I'll pull the cardboard out. For some reason it's like separating the bags. Not sure what's up with that. Alright. So there's the rest. Alright, so we've got our big instruction book in a bag by itself. And we have the numbered bags. Organizing them real quick. I see a bag 15. Here's 14. 11, 13. There's bag 2. This is a unnumbered bag that has random parts. There's 12. 11. Here's bag 10. Bag 3, another unnumbered bag. It has big parts. 7, 8. Here's bag 9. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right. All of our bags. So here's the sails. They're in their own little bag with a little cardboard backing. And I'll go ahead and open up the instruction book. The instruction book packet also has a not a very large sticker sheet considering the size of the set. It's a large sticker sheet if it was a smaller set, but it's actually pretty proportionate, I guess you would say, for this set. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and bust open bag number 1. The little picture also shows that we're gonna need some of these pieces that are in the unnumbered bags. So these unnumbered bags are basically big parts that are usually too hard to throw into one of the numbered bags, because they're so bulky. And there's a little perforated tear strip on the end of each one, so you pull that perforated area and it slides out like that. So the picture shows that we're going to need 4 of these plates. We're going to need 5 of these Technic frame pieces, and 1 of these little boat hull pieces. So we have those big parts ready. And we'll dump out the rest of bag 1 parts. Does come with a brick separator. I'll move that to the side. Move the camera just a little bit so it's looking more downward at what we're working on. All right, the last little bag here. So we do have a minifigure in this bag. It is Wu. And he has the little skirt thing, or the ninja robe. But the actual robe part that we put on the figure is just the bottom portion. The rest of it is printed on the torso of the figure. All right, so with that being said, this thing is actually a little tricky to put on. You have to not be shy and actually squeeze it on there pretty hard, and it doesn't rip. It holds on pretty well. It's got the head there and the hat piece. So I recently built all of the Ninjago movie CMFs, and it was very frustrating with those CMFs because they're made in a different factory than the Lego minifigures are that come in Lego sets, and the mold tolerances are not as good on the collectible minifigures, and the pieces actually fall off real easy. So for instance, this hat, like I'm kind of pushing it kind of hard, and it's actually staying on his head. But on the collectible minifigure version of Wu, I could just barely touch this. I could almost just kind of like make a little breeze go by and that hat just goes flying off. So these hold on a lot better. Same when you put them onto a stud or two. Like these don't come off very easily. The collectible minifigure, all you have to do is just barely tap it and it goes flying. So it's very frustrating that those collectible minifigures quality is terrible compared to standard Lego minifigures. I mean, it's so bad that I almost don't want to buy any more collectible minifigures at all. It's just absolute terrible quality. So we'll have to see if they fix it or not. I really hope they do, because I don't think I'm the only one that's complaining about it. I think a lot of people are. But at the same time, I think the people that are complaining, like the adult fans of Lego, they're typically not the target audience for a toy. So they probably look at, well, if kids aren't complaining, then we'll continue to make them cheaply and lower quality, which is very upsetting to me. All right, so we're basically making these frame pieces. Put the last one on here. And we have these little toe ball pieces. So on the other end, we just had one toe ball, but on this end, we have two of them. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and set this on the table. It'll be a lot easier to assemble these plates that are going to go on next. All right, so you see we're just going to go all the way down, attaching one plate at a time. Just like that. Turn this guy over. We're going to have 24 of these inverted slopes. It's basically 12 on each side. So just kind of go down both sides. No big deal. I don't think this is going to be one of those repetitive type of builds where we do a lot of the same thing. This may be the only, or hopefully the only repetitiveness of the entire build. Pretty easy to find these in the pile of parts. All right, so each one of these little panels is not being held on with anything just yet. That's why it keeps slipping off. Okay, so we turn it back over, put some sloped pieces and some red plates. Oops, I actually did that wrong. These are supposed to go on these 2x3 plates. Go right there. Easy enough fix. It would have been trouble if I didn't catch that. Alright, so next up we have 8 of these tiles. Brick here. In addition to those, we have a golden color tile. So these will actually hold the pieces together. So if I pull them apart now, the Technic pins are not going to slide off. All right. So next up is 6 of these red plates. And 6 of these slopes. Each one of these slopes goes right next to one of the red plates. Underside we have these inverted slopes. And we also have the clear anti-tiles. So these also provide a connection point so they won't come apart. It also gives a nice area for this to slide on the table or on the floor, wherever you're building or playing with this at. We're going to do some flipping around. It shows it turned around. Put this piece on the front, and then we turn it back over. It shows a brick. Another one of these inverted slopes. And 2 more of the anti-tiles. Alright, so this looks like a little detail element that we're making for the front of the boat. And we need to make 2 of them. They're both identical. So that little mixel joint piece connects to the toe ball, just like that. That little tooth piece will actually help hold it in that angled shape. That's actually a pretty smart little connection piece there. All right, so we're gonna turn this guy around. Actually, we're gonna put this like that because that's how they show it in the instructions. It's easier for me to orient the model exactly how they show it in the instructions. That way there's no, or reduces the amount of confusion when you're following the instructions. All right, so those all go there. Oh wait, we have two more pieces. It shows these pieces slid in here, but it kind of shows them not all the way in. I don't know how far they determine how much they stick out, but we'll just kind of go with that for now. All right, we have this cross piece. Put a plate. A couple of plates with clips. Okay. So this is where it'll kind of help us. So once again, we have the toe ball right here and the mixel joint piece right there. We snap those together, and what it shows is this bar element being clipped onto these clips. Sort of. Hold on, this isn't working quite right. Let's get this lined up first. Okay. Hopefully that's right. It feels a little unstable right now. We're just gonna go with it for now. So, next up, I have these black inverted arched pieces with a panel in between them. Those 2x2s there, and we have these pieces here. And you know what I forgot to do was put Woo's beard on. I noticed it in the pile of extra parts. I noticed it because we're done with bag 1 of parts. So let's go ahead and move on to our second bag right now. Okay, so we have all of our bag 2 parts out. There's no minifigures in this bag. But what we're gonna work on now is the, I guess some interior detailing. So we have this little shelf type piece that has a, I think that's the Anacondri mask. This will slide in right back there. And we're going to do another little shelf piece. This has what looks like a little inkwell. With a envelope or a letter that's sealed up in an envelope. And this will go right here in between this piece. Come on. There we go. All right, so we have 8 of these brackets. Each one of them is going to get a dark reddish brown plate attached to the studs that are sticking up. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, and last one, 8. And these will go on top of each one of the red plates that you see sticking up there. Couple more bricks and plates right there. Let me back up a sec. Looks like, no, that's right. It appears that I'm missing a few parts, but I'm not, they're all there. So it looks like something's supposed to go in there, but these pieces are self-supporting without something in there. All right. Next up is just 2 tiles right there. All right, so the next thing is more tiles. Whoops, that piece was not on there yet. Let's go move our minifigure out of the way for now. Get those 2 there. Tile there and there. This is the modified plate that has a tile in the middle. Looks good so far. All right, so it looks like we're going to move towards the front here. We have a plate with a clip. And this is going to get a single bar clipped onto it. Goes right there. All right, so what's next? This thing. That's there, and that's interesting the way that that lines up perfectly. All right, so now we have kind of a repetitive build again. So I have this sloped brick, we're gonna put this modified plate, then a bracket, and then we have this clip. We're gonna put 2 red, or I guess trans red, studs on. So we need to make 8 of those assemblies. So let's see how fast I can blow through 8 of them. That's 2. There's 3. And we got 4. Another bracket, clip. I'm assembling the studs on top of each other before I put them on the clip. It just makes it easier to put those on there. Let you more or less figure out how you like to do it. It's really doesn't matter which order you put it on, so long as they get on there, I guess. All right, last one here. So these are little lanterns. They're gonna be on the inside of the boat. So we go 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5, 6, 7. And there's the 8th one right there. All right, so what is next? What is going on here? We have a couple of these 1 by 1 bricks with clips. Another plate with a clip. And it looks like we're gonna build a little ladder looking piece. So these pieces clip like that, fits perfectly on there. It will go right there. Two plates right there. These dark brown tiles, pretty cool for a boat because it makes it look like some older weathered wood. Talking about these tiles here. We're building 2 of the same little modules, so I'm gonna, before I turn the page, get caught up with the other one. So they only show the instructions once, but they put a little 2x next to it to remind you that you need to build 2 of the same thing. All right. The last little pieces on here are these 2 Technic bricks. Those both go like that. And it shows them pushed all the way down. A few more brackets on each side. box there. And we have a couple more brackets. So these brackets are going right on top of the dark gray ones. All right, so check that out. Starting to kind of look like a boat. Very good. So we're going to stop this portion of the build here. We're going to break this build up into about 30-minute segments each. So there's going to be a series of these videos. Eventually they'll all be up if you're watching this on the first day, but if you're watching this well after they're up, there's going to be a link down below for all of the Ninjago build videos that I have on this channel, so make sure to check that out. You'll see all the others that I have on here. If you're not subscribed and you love this video, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of the others that I have coming up, and we'll see you in the next one.